So I'm a couple days late with this, but I am doing a collaboration video with Annie from Annie's Simple Life. She invited a bunch of YouTubers to join her for a spring craft collaboration. So what I'm going to do today is show you what I made. It's a project that I think is really, really fun and easy to do that can spruce up your kitchen decor. I have it right next to me here. So yeah, it's this fun pop art using old materials that maybe you already have around your house. It's very inexpensive to do, and it was a lot of fun, and I really love the end result. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to do this. You want to say hi, monkey? Say hi. Yeah. Oh, this is my buddy Clover. All right, so we're gonna hop right in. So for this project, you're going to need a frame. You're going to need old silverware. I got mine from the thrift store, but maybe you have a set that you're not using anymore. You're going to need some spray paint of your choice. Since you're spray painting the, sorry, there's a car going by. If you're spray painting the metal, you're going to want spray paint that works with metal. So you need that. You'll need a pair of scissors. You'll need a glue gun along with some hot glue, and then you're going to need material for your background. Now, this is completely customizable. You can do this however you see fit, whatever works for your kitchen. This frame I got at Michael's for $6 on clearance, but you can certainly get a frame from the Dollar Tree and use that instead. Like I said, I got my silverware from the thrift store. I think I paid $2 for all 3 pieces, which is a little pricey, but you probably can find it cheaper, especially now with yard sale season coming up. And yeah, so, oh, and choose contrasting colors, because you want the silverware to stand out against your fabric. So if you have a bold pattern like I do here, you want to make sure that the color you're choosing is going to stand out against the pattern. So in the camera, this may not look like it stands out as much, but in real life, this poppy color and this light blue color really just kind of pop next to each other, so it works really nicely. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Now, a couple of things that you want to do to prep for this project are you want to go ahead and spray paint your silverware your desired color. I've actually done this already, so these are already all set and good to go. One thing too, before you spray paint, you want to wipe down your silverware with rubbing alcohol, and that will help to remove any oils and dirt and whatnot, and it will help the paint to adhere better to the surface. Another thing you want to do is iron your fabric. If it's properly ironed, then it's easier to work with the frame. And of course, you're not going to see any wrinkles in the background, so that's important as well. So the first thing we're going to do is take apart our frame. Okay, so now I've cut my material down to size, and all I'm going to do now is use my hot glue to adhere the excess fabric to the back of my frame. So that way it will be all set to go to attach my silverware to it. Now I just want to point out, keep in mind too, this was scrap fabric that I had lying around my house from a different project many moons ago, but you don't have to run out to your fabric store and purchase something. Maybe you have an old skirt lying around, or maybe you have a just scrap fabrics, or maybe you have an old apron that was your grandmother's or something that you don't use, but you love the material and you want to cherish it in a different way. You can customize this to anything that you desire. Like, you can even spray paint your frame to make it the color that you prefer. This black, I think, really works with what I have going already. So I'm going to stick with that. One thing you do want to keep in mind, though, is when you buy your frame, you want to make sure that it's big enough to house your silverware. Okay, if the silverware doesn't fit inside the frame, then the project doesn't work. So you want to make sure that your silverware will fit inside the frame and still leave some room kind of going around, but we'll get more into that as we go on. So now I'm going to glue my fabric to the back of my frame. Okay, so now I've glued my fabric to the back of my frame. You just want to make sure that you cut out the piece so that way you can hang it on the wall, so make sure that that is still showing. You probably didn't need as big a border as what I have here, but I just feel like this way I know for sure it'll definitely hold. And what I did was I went around with scissors and just cut off any excess fabric, so that way it's not getting crowded inside the frame, so it's just easier to hang. So here's a big reveal. That's what it looks like, nice and flat. I wanted it to not be centered, so I don't have like an actual flower like in the center of my frame, but you can absolutely do that. Again, make sure that when you put your frame backing onto your fabric, that you arrange your fabric how you want it before you glue it to the back of the frame. Otherwise, you will not be able to move it. Also, I use hot glue for this. I feel like that adhesive works the best because it dries quickly. It cools down quickly. It's easy for me to work with. However, you can use whatever you feel works best for you. E6000, maybe tacky glue. It's really up to you. So yeah, so this is ready to go. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start arranging my silverware how I want it on my frame. So I'm thinking I want to do every other one. So kind of like that, and make sure that those are facing the same way. You could do this however you want. You can do all spoons, you could do all forks, you could do all knives, you could do, you know, a whole place setting. You could do it however you want, arrange it however you want. Again, completely up to you. I'm only making one of these. The video I was inspired by, she made 2 of them. One with just forks and one with just spoons. So you could do 2 of them. You could make 3 of them. You could do a gallery wall in your kitchen with these. The possibilities are just endless. So, but this is what the pattern that I think I am going to go with. You can also break out your measuring tape or ruler and kind of measure exactly so this is like centered perfectly. I'm not going to worry about that. But if you so choose to do that, you know, feel free. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the frame and start arranging it in the frame and make sure that this is exactly where I want it to be. This is not the final product yet, but I just want to show you how I've arranged it. I think that's the order that I'm going to go in. But yeah, so I put the backing back in the frame. I had to wiggle it in a little bit because it's a little thicker now with the fabric border going around that, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And honestly, you could put this on the wall like this and this would look fabulous. So you can do this for your bedroom, you could do this for your living room, your dining room, anywhere you want to add a pop of color that's a little unique and different, you can use material for that. However, for us, I'm going to do it for the kitchen, and I'm going to adhere my silverware to this frame. But I just wanted to point out one last note. So what I did was, once I had this framed, I took a lint roller to the fabric just to be sure and remove any other debris that could possibly be on this, anything that would possibly get stuck under the super glue once I glue my silverware to it. So just to make it extra, you know, clean and ready to adhere the silverware to it. So that's just one last tip that I have. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue my silverware to the material, and I'll show you the final product. One last thing I want to point out too is that the silverware, you don't obviously have to glue the whole thing because this does not touch the fabric. So for the fork, I'm only gluing the back of the top and the back of the prongs, and that's it, and that will adhere to the fabric. Okay, so keep that in mind. You only need to glue the parts of the silverware that are touching your fabric, All right, and I'll be right back to show you the final product. All right, and here is our finished product. I just love the way it came out. It is so cool. It's such a neat, like, pop of art in the kitchen. It's so different. It's a conversation piece. And again, you can customize it however you'd like. You don't even have to use utensils. You can use whatever, you know, maybe if you're a baker, you want to do a whisk or a spatula or something like that. So it's awesome. I love it. I love the way it came out. And yeah, I really hope that you guys try this out too. Alright guys, so that is it for my video. I just want to thank Annie from Annie Simple Life again for inviting all of us to join her in this collaboration. Holy cow. This is my first collaboration video. I have like 10 videos on my channel. So I really appreciate you watching this, and I really hope that maybe you find yourself making something really fun and unusual and different for your kitchen as well. I was inspired by another YouTuber to do this project. Her name is Mr. Kate. She has an amazing DIY channel. I absolutely love her. I will link her channel and the video specifically down below that inspired me to do this for my kitchen. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you're going to try this out and if you have any questions or anything. A couple of last notes. I just want to tell you that the adhesive, like the hot glue that I used for this, works really well and holds these into place really well. So make sure that when you glue them to the surface that it is the absolute last place that you want them to be, because there is no moving them. They do not move. So that's a good thing. So when you hang it on the wall, you're not worried about the silverware falling off. But anywho, yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, and yeah, have a great day. Yeah, you want to say hi? Yeah. What are you doing, Bug? You watching cartoons? Yeah. Oh, that's my peanut. Oh, don't touch the art. I just made that. Don't break it.